and welcome to OurView Talk Show. OurView Talk Show is for the 50-plus generation. And believe it or not, all of us are 50-plus, some 60-plus. And this show is for us. The show is to let people know that 50 is not a death sentence. I'm doing more now at 62 than I did in my 30s. So welcome. I'm Salima Hakeem Muhammad.
Hi, I'm Todd Stofka.
And I'm Tony Willis Thompson.
And I'm 29 3/4, and my name is Reverend Jesse Brown.
No, actually, he's over 50. And welcome to our View Talk Show.
Was that a lie? Because we were talking about Trump last
We were
time?
talking about lies.
Just
That
an
was
exaggeration.
an exaggeration. Because we were talking about lies and the guy in the White House, how many lies he tells. So that was just a little exaggeration because he is over 50. Anyway,
Glad you're the press secretary.
no, I wouldn't have that job, not for this idiot. But one thing I want to talk about is Melania Trump, so-called First Lady, was on Air Force One, scantily dressed, and we've all seen her butt, or lack thereof. We've all seen her naked pictures. And Bette Midler made a comment about her dressing like that. And at the end, she put FLOTIS, T-I-T-S, get the pun, and people lost their minds. The thing is, people were saying that we should respect her and her husband. And the thing is, the White House no longer has respect. Her husband took that away from the White House. You know, even the Bushes weren't as crude as this man is. So what do you think that it goes too far? You know, because some people were saying that she went too far and we should respect the First Lady. My thing is, look at them calling Michelle Obama an ape. Look how many times they clowned her and said that she looked like this or looked like that. They even said something about her wearing her arms out too much. But now with this present First Lady, everything is like, you know, people are so, oh my God, you can't say that about the First Lady. And what do you think about that? What is too far?
Too far is an opinion for everybody.
Okay, but
right?
for you, were you offended when someone called Michelle Obama an ape when she was the First Lady?
I think it was totally inappropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was inappropriate. It's not, you know, it's not edifying. It doesn't, you know, help build up, you know, the people there.
Exactly.
Her and that, she has a nice body, you know, the current First Lady, you know, showing it off. Now, is that appropriate to, you know, to show that way? I don't really know either.
It's not.
But, you know, anybody who's going to take a shot at it, you know, like Bette Midler, right, you know there's going to be people on the other side, right? So just like you're taking the other side of it, right? You know, on the whole process. So, but that's the great thing. We've got the First Amendment, right? This is our show, Our View, right? Our View, so we can talk about these issues, especially for people, you know, over 50. So I think.
And the thing is, though, that if you say that you shouldn't touch Melania, like you said, you were upset about the ape comments about Michelle Obama. So these same people, they're defending Melania and they're upset with Bette Midler. You know, there is controversy there.
Is that they and us thing is he has totally changed what it is to be a president in the United States forevermore.
Exactly.
It'll never have the respect that the office will never hold the same weight of respect that it used to hold, unless it's going to take it needs a cleansing, basically.
Right, I agree.
It needs to get back to what it used to be, and it needs to be that way. Melania Trump, the picture, I mean, it's fabulous. Her body, you know, her body is all that. It looks nice and everything, but because her husband set the tone for class to just be thrown out the window, she's a fair game to be attacked by people who would say, well, you know, Michelle Obama was attacked, you know, we can attack her, even though the attacks came from two different places. One was a racial attack, and one was just, you know, the fact that, oh, look at her as First Lady, you know, dressed like this.
And the thing is, just because she has a nice body doesn't mean she has to
no,
show
it doesn't, because
everybody.
she's the First Lady
Because
of the
she's the First
United
Lady.
States.
Exactly.
But the thing, I'm not sure, you know, when the picture was taken, I really don't know, because I don't know too much about that particular incident, but I did see the picture. But if it was something that she did in her past and is being brought
something
to
that
the
she's
forefront.
done since she's been First Lady. on Air Force One, by the way.
Well, that's okay. Going back to, because her husband is setting the tone for what the White House is. There's no class there. There's no protocol being followed. There's no, it's just a way that the president is supposed to conduct himself, the way a respect that the office itself
It's supposed to
holds.
hold, exactly.
So that all that's been thrown out the window.
And what do you think, Reverend?
Well, I think there is power in discretion,
Okay.
but you got to exercise it. And unfortunately, I don't think discretion is always being exercised out of the White House or out of the national level at all with this kind of thing. And if you want to do that, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. Make sure
Right.
nobody steals your cell phone.
Right.
Don't lose your
Don't
pictures.
send it. Don't put it on
40,
the cloud.
40 million emails, right?
There you go.
Those
Don't
are-
forward it in emails. There you go.
And that's the thing nowadays. You can't. I wouldn't take a naked picture of myself anyway. But if I were to do that with social media, I could take it and send it to my boyfriend if I had one, and someone else could steal his phone. Someone could see his phone. He could get mad at me. We're not together no more. And how many times has that happened? Put it on Facebook or something.
Well, we've got a new culture with social media, and we got kind of a voyeur culture. All the reality shows that we have out that are popular, from the Housewives to, Bravo.
Kardashians.
I mean, everybody, they all want you to be sort of like looking through the window at my life as
Right.
they get, glamorized and monetized by the whole process. So, I mean,
I don't want to look through the window.
Right.
I don't want to see
Well, you're
you.
right.
I don't want to. What I want for the White House or for any of major positions that's going to represent us
Yes.
is people who will do it with grace and justice and love,
Right.
and they portray those kinds of things. Now, if you're going to accept the office, then accept those as criteria for getting there and for carrying out the work of the office. You do anything else, then I don't think it doesn't represent me.
Right.
It doesn't represent us as a people or community, and that to me is extremely important. But even more so, when you go into an office like the president and first lady, your goal ought to be to elevate the office
Right.
as best you can.
Exactly.
Not to bring it down, not to lower it. You're going to change it simply because you're there.
It's your personality
Yeah.
you're bringing, you're into it, right? Is that?
But
I mean, this
the goal
started
is to elevate
years
it.
ago. And Monica and Bill, Clinton. We had something going on, a scandal back then.
Yep, but
So-
And that's what Trump people do. They always try to bring up stuff that Clinton did, stuff. No, we're talking about nowadays, and we're talking about Hillary as a first lady didn't go showing her tits to everybody. Okay, I have not seen Hillary, not that I want to, but I've not seen her tits. Okay, so don't go back saying, oh, what Bill did. We're talking about what Trump did, and Bill, even if he lied, at least he didn't bring the house down like this idiot. And
he didn't cause a racial
things doing.
divide in our
Exactly.
country.
He caused a racial divide.
In the world.
Exactly.
In
and
the
of
world.
course, countries don't even want him. We've never had a president that couldn't go to different countries. They're saying, stay out. We don't want you. So he has lowered the high expectations that President Obama has put in the White House.
And not just racial, cultural
Racial
divide.
culture. And I never knew that he was so ignorant until he ran for president. The things that he said, mocking the disabled reporter, grabbing women by the pussy. The president actually said that. But it is a divide because someone brought up a picture that President Obama made in kindergarten. And they were saying, he was saying stuff about his teacher in kindergarten. When Trump made the comment about grabbing by the pussy, he was 61 years old. Okay? So you're not going to, that's who he is. That's who he is. And for people not to say, oh, he's not racist, I didn't know that he was until he told me. Everything that he says,
He's
told
showing
me.
you who he
Things,
is.
And
He's
Maya
showing
Angelou
us.
said, when people show you who they are, I
Believe
believe
them.
them. Okay? And recently, we hadn't talked about that. What do you think about, have you seen the whole Kanye West thing when Kanye West was in the White House? When Kanye West made the comment about Bush, he said Bush don't like black people. Okay? Republicans lost their mind, and they were calling him the N-word, the little N-word, the little this, and they were saying so many bad things about him. Well, now that he's supposed to be Trump's buddy, everybody's, oh, he's such a great guy. When we all know he's mentally challenged.
He's actually diagnosed with a mental disorder. And the sad part about that is he was being taken advantage of, because I know very well that they knew inviting him into the White House because they had to check that they had to know he was diagnosed and that he should be on medication. He admitted that he's not taking his medication.
Exactly.
So I don't want to beat him up so bad. You get upset like Kanye, go sit down. Go sit down and take a pill. Just go sit down. But he's dealing with a challenge, and Trump knew that.
I think they both took advantage of it, right? So I mean, obviously Trump, if he's reaching across to people of color, hey, how can we take that?
Exactly,
well, I mean, again,
exactly.
but Kanye took the opportunity to go in there too. So I mean, I think
But
they
where
both
did
played it.
Kanye take advantage?
Well, he got a chance to go to the White House. Did you?
I don't want to go to the White House.
People don't want to go there.
But the thing is,
But if you had a chance,
thing-
let me just say, if your jewelry business got, Melania could wear your jewelry, right?
No.
I'm just saying. But I'm saying, if you had the opportunity to have your jewelry showcased at that level,
because I have a line that I draw.
Exactly.
There's a line that I draw that I have to live with. I really,
But
if I never sell another piece of jewelry in my whole life, I do not need Melania Trump.
Exactly.
Wearing
But
my
that
jewelry.
line that would come with
So-
some major corporation like Nordstrom's or Macy's pulling your line in to pull you, forward.
And that depends also because money doesn't motivate me. I'm not motivated by money. I'm not greedy. I'm not a greedy person.
And whatever is for you is going to come
It's
anyway.
for you.
You don't have to
Exactly.
give up your morals to make
Exactly.
money, and that's
So
what
you're
and that's
saying
what she did basically when
is-
she married the idiot. She knew what she was marrying, so people feel sorry for her. I don't, because she knew what he was before she married him. She knew the kind of person he was before she married him. And we didn't address this before. You and Melania are from the same place. Where are you from again? Slovenia or something?
Slovakia?
So yeah, that's where she's from.
I think so. Yeah.
Is that why you like her so much? Because you're of the same kind, but you have a little Chinese in you too. So
Probably.
would you have married anybody from your? But you don't know that generation of your people, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, that was great grandparents.
Okay.
Right? Never been there.
Okay.
At least not yet.
That's what you plan to go there.
It's not next on my list to go, but I should like to go there, sure.
Okay.
I like to visit all different cultures, right?
Yeah. So I truly think that. Well, now I was just reading last week that Kanye says that he was used, and that he's out of politics now. But my thing is his last concerts did very poorly because of his association with Trump. So now he's saying that he's not political anymore. But to me, I think it's too late. I don't think there's any going back. And some people call him a genius, a musical genius, because some of the things he's done. I've never called him that. Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, these are musical geniuses. Kanye West, I wouldn't even say he was a musical genius.
But that's a different era. That's a different era. His peers and the young people who like his
but
music
what is
consider
genius?
that.
Genius it has lessened now than it was
well, it's
before.
gonna change. Yeah.
I don't
People's
play with the
taste.
terms genius or not
Yeah.
genius simply because what I want, whether they become geniuses or not, is less important to me. I want somebody with integrity, and I want somebody who's
Exactly.
going to tell me the truth, and I want somebody that I can actually have a conversation with, and even if we disagree, we can at least talk with each other.
Right.
I can't deal with people who want to be oligarch or want to be domineering or
Put
want
their
to
foot
be
on your
superior
neck.
above
Right.
everybody else or any of those kinds of things. So whether it's Kanye or whoever, for me, the same standards apply.
Right.
Now, a real genius we know a genius when we see one.
Right.
I might not be able to define it all the time, but I know one when I see one. And there are some smart people, and then there are people who things happen because opportunity just simply fell their way.
Right.
Nothing special. They just
Right.
happened to be in the right place at the right time. It worked. And in some cases with our musicians, some of them are geniuses. They can create, they can perform, they can do those things. They come up with stuff that no one else even thought about doing. That's fine. Others, they might have a little a point of genius in the sense that they're good at one thing or good at a little bit of it, and then it feeds into what's going on in the culture at the time. So they become a millionaire because what they had to offer worked.
And I
Wait
wonder,
3 weeks, it might be
somebody
over.
else. And I wonder if he was on his meds when he allowed his wife to show her whole ass on a magazine cover. I mean, this is something Kardashian I'm talking about. This is something that her children, when they go to school, when they're teenagers, someone's going to come to school or put on their locker a picture of their mother's ass. Her whole entire
Well,
ass.
they have more than that to put on their thing. They've got whole videos she's already released before
exactly,
he was
exactly,
with them. So
exactly, but I'm saying now she's somebody's wife.
Yeah.
So shouldn't it matter? And she's somebody's
Well,
mother.
it
So
matters
shouldn't
to
it
me
matter?
whether-
to her because she's somebody's mother. But anyway, we're going to cut this segment because we have Pamela Renee Smith coming on. She's a brilliant artist, a producer, and we're going to show excerpts of her singing. She's a great singer also. So we'll be right back. Hello, and welcome back to OurView Talk Show. And as I promised, we have a new guest on, Miss Pamela Renee Smith. Hello, Pam. Yay.
Welcome to the show.
And Pamela does so many things. For one, she sings incredibly. We're going to show you a snippet of her singing in a little bit. So, hey, Pam, what's going on?
Everything.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about what you do and who you are and all that good stuff.
I'm Pamela Renee, keeping live entertainment live in Philadelphia, and I say in Delaware Valley, all over. And what I do is I'm a host with the most at the Crab Tavern on Wednesday nights, and I also host my own shows. Like we just had a prom at the Harris Casino, which was a adult prom. It was off the hook. I'm also doing something with Showtime the Hype Man at from the Del East. Have y'all ever seen Hype Man run up that aisle? And his co-host on a show that's coming to town at the Red Wine Inn on December the 7th.
Okay, and for those of you that don't know, a hype man is a person that gets the crowd hyped up.
Yes.
He runs up and down the aisles, clap, sing, laugh, all that stuff. So he's going to be at the affair. And it's on December the 7th?
It's on December the 7th at the Red Wine Inn. And it's going to be entertainment from out of town. We're looking for new entertainment.
Okay.
I mean, we've been dealing with the old heads for a long time.
Okay.
So we want the young people to come out and show their talent, build their audience.
Right.
So, it's no cost, it's free, and it's free for them to come on stage and the first night. But if anybody else want to come, you got to pay eventually, but we ain't going to talk about that.
So you're saying that people can just come and you'll put them on stage performing?
Well, Hype Man is the host.
Okay.
So he'll do the choosing. If they come and they have to bring what's that little USB plug they put in, and they'll check it out, see
demo?
what they got. Yeah,
Bring in the demo.
They come and they bring that, and then they'll see. They have to see the other talent that's coming out of town,
Okay.
and then we'll decide like who we want, to come on stage, and then we have the next week. If we do good the first week, the next week they come back, they audition on a Sunday before the show on a Friday,
Okay.
and they'll be able to do a showcase. Their own
And
showcase.
who are some of the people that you work with? I know that you work with Norman Connors, and she's the reason I met Michael Henderson,
yeah.
which was a pleasure. Be my girl, Michael Henderson. I
Yeah.
interviewed him and talked. I had his phone number. Okay.
Well,
So, I
I
Michael
give
Henderson.
awards.
Oh yeah, she gave me awards.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
sure
much.
did. Give
I
awards, Black History
appreciate
Month,
that.
Black Music Month, African American Music Month, which Kenny Gamble and Huff and Dionne Williamson, they incorporate it every year.
Okay.
And I think people don't celebrate like they're supposed to, so
Right.
I try to incorporate that. So I'm working with Atlantic City with Angela Burton,
Okay.
Yeah, I think I took you to Atlantic City with me.
Yeah, it was
Working
very
with Angela
nice.
Burton, and we're doing Black History Month there, and she has everybody in the world. And she's giving an award to. I didn't give a chance to pick who I want to go up, be on that show, but we give awards and we recognize people who are unsung.
And you know that means a lot because I've been doing this show now since 2011, and I have some people that like the show. I do have a lot of followers, but you recognizing me that meant a lot. You know, I have a little award and a plaque and everything, and that gives you incentive. You know, that lets you know that somebody appreciates what you're doing. So I appreciate that so much.
I think she came in the category of women on the grind.
Okay.
Women are.
On a grind. On a grind.
See, Trump supporters, you can't take them nowhere.
Women are rising to the top.
I wanted to go back to the idea, since she's given out that kind of award, how do I get it?
We'll see. We'll work on it.
Do I have to go blackface?
You better not. Unless you want to get beat down. I mean, you can't say Trump supporter, you can't take them nowhere.
Can't take them out.
Martin Luther King Awards. I got
So now, what kind of music do you promote? What kind of music?
well, all
What's your
kinds of
genre?
music. I'm a gospel first,
Okay.
blues, jazz singer.
Okay.
But I promote all kinds of music. Blues is hard. We don't get gigs like that.
Yeah, because I know a song that you do that's not gospel. That them black
Oh,
draws.
it's black draws.
She has a song, and that's not gospel.
No, it's not. And I say, I hope my pastor's not watching. But when I do black draws, it's fun.
It is.
It's, you know, and we did a show. I wanted to, show you the show. We did a show Wednesday. It was a gentleman's, our cameraman's birthday. And we had black draws. Everybody had a pair of draws, and the women was throwing them at him. He said, "This is the best birthday he ever had." You know? But I ended up home with all the draws. They gave them back to me. They was for him.
You got any on my size?
I took a pair for myself. But they were all sizes, you know. So that is one song that we're going. A lot of people want me to record.
Okay.
I mean, Nora Connors, I talked to him. Nora Connors wanted to produce that song.
Really?
Yeah, then I said, I don't know if you know Donald Robinson, who did Michelle Farrell. And I said, well, I'm going to do some shooting with Donald soon. So I said, I want Donald to do that song.
Okay.
And I want Norman said, I can get you all around the world. But I don't care about all that.
And of course, we're talking about Norman Connors. You Are My Starship.
Starship,
You know,
yeah.
producer
Yeah.
Norman Connors, the amazing producer.
Yeah. He's got a show coming up too, so.
Really?
So what happens with you? Like, what comes on the inside to bring that out for this type of music, whether it's gospel or, you know, that? What's
Well, you know what? Blues is almost like gospel.
right?
Okay.
And jazz is.
It's really emotional.
All of it, jazz, blues, and gospel, all is in one. It's all emotional about how you feel about the world.
Telling a
It
story.
tells the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I got one song called "The One-Eyed Man." If you see my one-eyed man, send him on home. You know.
And you can have them. Well, yeah, because I mean, black jaws could be changed to white robes. You want to turn to a gospel.
Oh, I got some great gospel songs. My first gospel song that I ever sang was "God Is."
Okay.
By who was that? Oh God, I can't.
Was that
think.
James Cleveland?
James Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, God Is by James Cleveland. And I heard it the other day, and I said, I got to sing this song. Because I do gospel shows, and,
Okay.
you know. I mean, I remember Tri Baptist Church.
Did you used to sing in church? Is that how you got your start?
I sing on every choir. I
Okay.
sang with Dr. Early. I don't know if you know Dr. Charles Walker. He passed away. And he used to do, I did concerts with him at the Merriam Theater.
Oh, wow.
And the Academy
Okay.
of Music. He did tribute to Paul Robeson. He did tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King.
Okay.
And, you know, I traveled and I was at the First Baptist Convention. I did all
One
that
of my
stuff.
favorite songs by Tremaine Hawkins, "Going Up Yonder."
We
That's
sing
my
that on
favorite
Wednesdays.
gospel
And,
song. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we take it, we gonna take a collection.
Like church.
and they do that because I'm with the Grand Slam Jam, which is Brett Jolly and
Yeah,
And,
Brett Jolly. He's my first producer. He's a producer
yeah,
my show.
Brett Jolly.
Yeah.
He's the host. I'm the co-host.
Okay.
No, I said hostess. I don't like that co-stuff, but I'm the hostess.
Okay.
With the mostest.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
yeah.
So now this thing is coming up on the 7th. Where is that going to be at?
It's going to be at the Red Wine Restaurant.
And where's that?
That's it's 701 Adams Avenue and Tabor Road.
Okay, I know what that is. I will definitely be there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be leaving tonight to go to a senior prom myself.
All
I'm going to be
right.
the hostess for that.
I know,
Because
it's
I
gonna be
missed
fun.
your affair. And I'm so sorry about that. Things were just going crazy
It's
around
on
the time.
YouTube.
Okay, well, go on YouTube and see it. See that. What is it
Yeah.
under? How can somebody find it?
Danny Jenkins Live. If you go to Danny Jenkins Live, you'll see thousands of Pamela Renee's music.
Okay.
From jazz to blues to R&B, gospel, and acting crazy, having fun. So
And what kind of music do you like? Are you into music or
Jazz.
really?
Yeah, jazz
Okay.
and
jazz is
contemporary.
boring.
No, I don't think so. I love
sing it,
Bonnie
I sing it.
James and everything.
Oh, no,
love
I
them.
sing it, but I wait all night for my turn to do the blues to break up the jazz. I
Okay.
mean, I like the jazz, and after a while, I'm like, ugh.
But you know, like you said,
Well,
the blues
you-
and the
you
jazz are
bring-
kind of the same.
What I think what she's got though is jazz has some rhythm into it, but the blues has the soul to
Yeah,
it, right?
right.
And I can tell this lady's got
A lot of soul.
a lot of soul, right? A lot of soul, right? And bringing that energy out, right? Because that's the it's the highs and the lows. That's what kind of
I
blues.
talk to the audience. I tell a story.
Right.
I used to be a Sunday school teacher, and I work with children.
Now you didn't sing black draws doing your Sunday school
No,
teacher.
no,
Okay.
I
Just want to make sure.
I didn't
Just want to make sure.
That was to get the collection.
I tell stories. I tell lifetime.
Reverend, could you use
lifetime
that?
stories.
I'll let her do
exciting
the
life.
telling.
My life has been exciting. I had a lot of tragedies in my life, and I tell it in my music, and I'm working with kids soon at Drexel, and I'll be in music, and I'll be telling them, teach them how to speak and talk and present themselves.
And you know, I admire you. You do a lot of things, and you've had a lot of illnesses in your life. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about you have a pacemaker, but you don't let that stop you.
No.
You know, you're still doing your thing. And what do you think? What is your drive?
She got the music pacemaker. Like, see, she has that shawl. She goes blues, jazz,
right?
rap,
Now it do be
and then
flickering now.
and then when you flip it open, it says drawer.
That electricity.
She
I got extra
turbocharged
Right.
that one.
Yeah. And thank you so
Thank you
much
for inviting
coming on
me
here.
and meeting everybody.
Yeah, nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Welcome.
Hey.
And thank you guys, and thank you, Reverend Jesse, for coming on and co-hosting the show. I
Oh, this has
appreciate
been
that.
great fun.
Great.
Thank you.
And thank you guys. Always nice,
Yes.
Todd, and of course, Tony.
I'm a fan.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of OurView Talk Show for the 50 Plus viewer. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.